Star Explorers is an indie game created in the style of a first-person shooter. What first comes to mind after any significant playthrough is No Man's Sky meets Daggerfall. The game is primarily a planetary exploration dungeon crawler, so much so that it is in the subtitle of the game. Star Explorers: The Interstellar Dungeon Crawler. The story of the game is a bare-bones excuse to go exploring. Earth was destroyed by some unknown cataclysm, and while Earth had colony ships aiming to repopulate another section of the galaxy using faster-than-light technology, we have lost contact with all the other motherships, meaning an independent contractor like yourself, who has an exploration ship prior to Earth's destruction, is now one of humanity's best hopes for finding a new world. Your job is to hop around star systems in designated sectors while exploring planets within your spacesuit's tolerances.
Solar engines engaged.
Yes, indeed. Very good. Surface hazards, you think?
Warning. Planet contains surface
I
hazard.
knew it.
Proceed with caution.
What's happening here? Oh, nice. Look at this. Tornadoes. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what I need. Yes. Surface hazards, you weren't kidding. Find planets with fuel crystals and place beacons on them to have the mothership come over and start doing deep subsurface mining. You will do this 2 or 3 more times before being sent off to find an Earth-like planet for humanity to resettle on. At that point, the game is basically over from a storyline perspective. Humans will set up a city on that new planet, and for the rest of the available star sectors, you can go explore them if you want. While space feels like a spectacularly large sandbox that requires you to use faster-than-light jumps to get around, have a peek at maybe the red dwarf. That would be probably the best way to go.
Warp engines engaged.
Good. Now we have a lot of fuel in our our ship lockers, so worst case scenario, we run out of fuel in our tank and we can always just go to the ship locker and refuel. Now then, we have arrived, and it's probably going to be quite painful. I imagine these planets probably are not that hospitable. In reality, you can chart all of the available star sectors within a few weeks of playing. Star Explorers, on a scale of what space is in other major space games like Elite Dangerous, it's tiny, and that's by design. You will be ping-ponging between star systems, mapping them, occasionally fending off alien attacks, boarding disabled enemy ships to raid them for supplies. You have an exosuit that has very strict tolerances for heat, cold, radiation, mercury, and acid, and you'll start out with a very narrow list of planets that you can actually visit without your suit degrading rapidly. That list of planets will expand rapidly as you upgrade your suit, however. The planetary sandboxes only require a few minutes to circumnavigate. There's a cache over here as well. A new spacesuit to replace our damaged one. Awesome. Hold on a second. Oh, goodness. No, 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 no. This is terrifying. Cave, here we go. Almost every planet has 1 to 3 dungeons. Dungeons can take the form of sprawling cave systems, a crashed alien ship, an ancient temple, or more. Sometimes these caves are submerged in liquid like mercury, water, or lava, requiring very specific gear to even dive into. Okay, we're exploring the cave. What do we got? Yes. But it's funny. Oh god, it's liquid mercury. I don't have enough mercury protection to survive that. So this cave just dives into liquid mercury. That's exciting. The gameplay loop on most planets will involve you diving into a cave, gathering resources, then coming back to the entrance right in front of your landing craft to replenish your breathable air. We're heading to our landing craft right now before we run out of oxygen. That's priority number 1. Is survival. Okay, maybe we can get to a couple more of them before we leave. Let's find out. Refilling our oxygen, and we're full. Let's go. Then turning around and diving right back in, and exploring all the dungeons until the planet has been thoroughly canvassed. Sometimes planets have wildlife, sometimes that wildlife is passive, sometimes it's hostile. We're going alien hunting, everybody! Thing explodes. Holy crap. No loot. Oh, wait, there it is. Eyeball. Cool. Sometimes it's intelligent, and 9 times out of 10, when it's intelligent, it's going to want you dead. The other times, they'll just be passively standing around like a Morrowind town NPC, waiting for you to interact with them. Friendly NPCs can give you quests, trade with you, but in general, they don't have much to say. For those unaware, Daggerfall, No Man's Sky, Minecraft, games like it, they all demand that you do one simple thing. And that is to view new areas that look identical or mostly identical to old locations as new locations, filling any blanks with your imagination. Some people are capable of doing this and they have tons of fun in these games. Other people get frustrated that a game would even ask this of them. And there are studies that show people simply have different tolerances for their imagination, their suspension of disbelief. Some people, oddly enough, not being able to use their imagination at all. For people with a low suspension of disbelief threshold, I think a game like this would be rather unfun. But I quite enjoy delving through caves, defeating aliens, bringing back loot to my spaceship. The core progression loop of the game is to gather a massive amount of resources, bring them back to your mothership, and complete quests. Quests are basically like selling an item to a vendor, except that specific NPC will pay more than a vendor would for just 1 unit of that item. But then that quest goes away. Travel to alien worlds. You can buy spacesuits at Cirrus. Gotta get some Starbucks coffee. Alright. Hello, sir. What do we got? You think we'll find another planet to live on? Submerging myself in lava? No way. Let me see. What have you got for trade? So you actually have actinium crystals to trade. That's nice. What about quests? So you want an alien capacitor? I'll see you in a minute. Going back to my ship to grab my alien flux capacitor. I got one of those. Meaning that in the beginning, it profits you to canvass the entire mothership and find all of the NPCs with quests to make you quick money. Turn around and buy upgrades for your ship. An expanded ship locker, new weapons, ammo, and all too important spacesuit upgrades, so you can explore more and gather more resources. This gravy train will come to an end, however, when you burn through every last quest that the mothership has to offer. At that point, it's less about the money and more about being self-sufficient, with crafting blueprints and ship locker expansions. If you have blueprints and the space to carry crafting ingredients, then it's only a matter of exploring and gathering those ingredients that you'll be able to craft from those blueprints. The mothership will always exist if you have a glut of any particular resource and you need to offload it in favor of something that's harder to craft based on the specific type of resources you've been finding. But this game is a healthy set of space dungeons for you to crawl through for dozens of hours if you choose at the conclusion of the main story quest. I enjoyed it through 2 separate playthroughs, and I feel it was definitely worth the $5 I spent on it. Keeping in mind there are some minor issues for the average or casual player. That is to say, you absolutely can run out of fuel and get stuck in space. That will end your playthrough. You can end up in a space dungeon that is eating away at your suit and you simply have no way of getting back to your ship. And I've heard about this happening to other people where the only planets in range based on the fuel they have are so hostile that they would degrade their spacesuit before they could actually get the fuel crystals. And because their suit's condition is so low, they can't just dive in and get them, because otherwise they'll die. So they get caught in this loop of trying to explore and just failing to do it. The game very much does not guarantee you success. And it is completely possible to end up in no-win situations, where you maybe want to reload your save file. However, after you get over a certain threshold of power, much like Elder Scrolls games, the rest of the game kind of lacks challenge. So if challenge is what you're looking for, this exploration game most likely doesn't have it for you. Again, as a fan of Daggerfall, No Man's Sky, Minecraft, I found this game to be well worth my $5. However, I would encourage the developer, who is a single person by the way, to start working on a sequel with larger planets, more common settlements, harder combat situations. I would buy it. Anyway, I ran this recently on twitch.tv/Zaccaron, and I figured I'd just go ahead and put up the live streams here, since I often get requests to do that. So I'll be interweaving 4 of those episodes for you to check out if you want, in between my Daggerfall, Skyrim, and other video games that I've been playing lately. I've been encouraged to begin uploading those. Some people want me to create a separate channel for that kind of thing, but I simply don't have the RAM to give over to more than one YouTube channel at a time, not while I'm also streaming. What I'll be doing is I will have specific thumbnails for the live streams. They will just say live on them, whereas the other discussion videos like this one will have a brighter, more noticeable thumbnail. And that's basically how I've decided to do things moving forward. Either way, thank you all for watching. I recommend Star Explorers is a kind of brutal game that doesn't really tell you a whole lot about how to proceed, but once it clicks, it's a lot of fun. And again, a message to the developer, make a sequel. I want it. Thank you. Y'all have a good one now. It doesn't seem to notice as I shoot it. Yeah. Good. Maybe it's friendly? That's funny. But it's loot, that's what it is. You understand what kind of terrible person I am? Maybe it's friendly. Oh god, they live in the sulfuric acid. Okay, that makes sense. I was wondering what was going on. So you say maybe it's friendly. Let's find out. Nope! Nope, 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 nope. They see me, they attack me. Yeah. They see me, they attack. They don't know their friends were killed. They're stupid.